The United States has dramatically more retail space than other countries on a like for like basis. So I would not be surprised to see the retail industry in terms of physical locations and square footage contract dramatically. I don't know that we've yet seen the right idea to how to repurpose a class B or C suburban mall. It's not clear that all real estate is going to come back. I think that what we are seeing is that you can't just assume that if you put what I'll call like a thoughtless box somewhere that you can count on foot traffic coming through there. The internet is just delivering awesome experiences that are good enough that people don't feel like they need to leave their homes. So on the contrary, everything that is being designed in the physical world has to be better than the purely digital experience to get the mind share and attention. I'll give you an example from our portfolio. We invested in a company called Camp. Camp is basically building, I think of it like a next generation Disney, where they're building a physical store that has experiences embedded that are really awesome experiences that you want to do with your kid. Like I took my daughter to a camp location on the Upper West Side. We spent like 3 hours there doing art projects together that were art projects that I couldn't easily do at home. That was the key. The key is like they've taken all these things that are not super easy to do at home and they brought it into the store. And then the toy stuff that they sell, it's just not commodity toys. It's all like really well curated, thoughtful stuff that I'd never be able to find on my own. And so the combo of community plus experiences plus commerce, I think is very, very powerful. And Camp has had unbelievable foot traffic retention compared to even stuff like grocery. So we've seen some landlords who say, the best thing that I can do to reanimate or reactivate my mall or my physical location is to put something like a Camp into there because it's going to do such a good job of attracting and retaining people to those locations. That's the future of retail, is like things where it's fun, it gets you out of the house. I think there's a lot of people who are looking to get out of the house. We looked at a business, we're not investors in it, although I think it's a fascinating business that's building destination virtual reality experiences. So basically taking the fact that the computational hardware is still expensive and the physical hardware is changing every year or two, and they're saying we're going to build destination experiences that are a mixture of entertainment, maybe even some education and some team events there. And I think that's a great idea. I don't know if it's going to be something that can take massive quantities of space, but the short of it is that every owner who I know who's being really thoughtful about like the next decade about their property is they're looking at the pace of innovation in their tenants. And this is something that they never ever used to look at. But they want to know, like, am I taking a 10-year tenant whose credit is based on the fact that over the last 30 years they were innovative, but is actively being disrupted today? Maybe I'd rather bet on the upstart who may not have those years of credit, but who has an awesome investor base, has really high quality talent. Maybe that's the tenant that's going to grow their footprint with me. And maybe I can get a leg up on attracting them to my space because I'm willing to bet on them in a way that my peer set is not. This is the type of stuff that's changing how one underwrites real estate in real time, because real estate's a very backward looking industry in terms of betting on whether you're going to be a good tenant. But I think real estate in the future is going to be a lot more like venture, where it's all going to be forward looking on, are you going to be bringing in the types of people that I want to my asset? Are you going to treat my location correct? Are you going to be someone who's going to expand in a footprint that maybe I can help support? That's the future. And I really think that there are more and more landlords who are not yet comfortable doing this, but are starting to build the muscle that over the next decade will enable them to be comfortable making forward-looking hypotheses and bets rather than historical ones.